I'm Rob from HopZine.com. Thanks for joining me for another video beer review, and this time we are looking at a bottle of Dogfish Head's 90-minute Imperial IPA 9% ABV from Milton, Delaware. When you think of craft beer, especially the American craft beer movement, there's a few iconic beers. For me, Stone Arrogant Bastard, West Coast IPA from Green Flash, and Dogfish Head's 60-minute and 90-minute IPA. I guess they've revolutionised a certain sector of the beer market, and it's an iconic technique that loads of people have kind of like tried to emulate. It's one of those things I always planned to do as a homebrew, but never got round to it. Anyway, it's been a while since I've had this. Dogfish Head were available in the UK for a while, and then they disappeared to concentrate on their local market. So it's been a while. Anyway, the beer in the glass, really nice pale amber, kind of like a really nice polished bronze, like a orangey copper head. What there is of it, slightly off white, nice. Yeah, and if you agitate it, you do get a bit more volume, but a nice head made up of really nice tight fine bubbles. Anyway, I bought this at GBBF, so I don't know how fresh it is, and I've had it for probably a month now. But let's check out the aroma. Let's dive in. Oh, lovely. There's a real kind of like sugar cane thing going on. There's something that makes me think of wet limestone. Peaches, definitely. Papaya. It's a softer kind of like thing going on. Softer citrus. Yeah, kind of maybe a bit of kind of black tea leaves. There is a kind of like a leafy quality to it. Like, it makes me think of autumn. It's not a summery beer like you get on the West Coast. This is probably one of the iconic East Coast IPAs. And a style unto itself. Danker, big resinous notes. Actually, I can't believe I didn't mention that. Big resinous notes. I get parking, so maybe like a ginger cake, Jamaican ginger cake. Semi-floral, but it's more on that spicy, dank, resinous note. Now, I get thinking back to stuff like 6 Point and Resin, which is definitely, I'm sure, uses this as very much inspiration. There's a waxy honey quality to it. It's just a real lovely depth of aroma. Anyway, too much waffling, not enough drinking. Let's dive in. Cheers. It's been a long time. That's so different. It's so perfect, but uniquely its own. I'm absolutely obsessed with Firestone Walker's Double Jack. I think that's probably the best double IPA I've ever had, but this is really, really good. It's such a long time since I've had it. Big sweet orangey nose, kind of blood orange, pink grapefruit, that slightly fuller edge of citrus. Maybe a teaspoonful of golden syrup. A nice toffee edge to it. Sweet, loads of malt. You can taste the malt in there. It hides its ABV really well. It's got a beautiful flowing mouthfeel that keeps everything kind of moving on nicely. Softer fruits like papaya, like a really intense papaya. Maybe a hint of blackcurrant juice and raspberry. Oh, so drinkable though. Yeah, there's a lovely sugary sweetness that runs through this beer, which is probably the key to its balance. Because there's a lot of hops in this, and because it's so strong, you could expect it to be a real big heavy boozy beer, and it's not. It's really, really well balanced. Stupidly drinkable. Ends with a sweetness, resinous, chewy malt, well, resinous hops and big, chewy, sweet, sugary malt. Keeps you coming back for more and more. Oh. Everybody talks about all the kind of like the more exciting young IPAs from the East Coast, like Heady Topper, which is absolutely beautiful, but don't forget this beer, because to be honest, I'd overlooked it for a long time, taking it for granted when it was available on these shows. I'm not going to do that when it comes back over here, because this is absolutely spot on. Just perfect East Coast IPA. It's got a nice level of dankness and resin, which is really East Coast, and backed up with a really beautifully managed sweet malt character, which just keeps it palatable, keeps it moving along. It is lovely, absolutely lovely. Anyway, so that is the iconic 90-minute Imperial IPA, continuously hopped IPA from Dogfish Head in Milton, Delaware. 9% ABV, you'd never know it. A modern classic, and I love it. I'm Rob from HopZine.com. I'll see you next time. Cheers.